live look over Charlotte's South Park neighborhood from our Hyatt South Park camera. You see more of those clouds that have been throughout the area, but you also see the temperature gauge that's on the screen there, 93 degrees. And I was hearing a little bit earlier when I was watching Queen City News and knew that we could be seeing a bit of a cool down this weekend.
Yes, it's going to be a nice, refreshing change. How about we go from, what was that, 99 yesterday to maybe only 79 or cooler by Sunday? How about that?
That sounds like a dream.
Yeah, what a dream. I know.
Yes.
It looks kind of dreamy as we look live there from our Arlington camera. I mean, we have that nice mix of sun and clouds and not much rain out there to speak of just yet. A little bit of an isolated shower there to the east of uptown, but most of the clusters of those stronger storms are more east of us and closer to the Triad and the Triangle, the Raleigh-Durham Chapel Hill area and down through Fayetteville. Right now, you can see as we kind of zoom in, we are getting clipped by some of that heavy rain and some heavier showers just the west of Ansonville there and north of Albemarle. We have that pushing now into the southern part of Davidson County there, so that is sliding slowly to the east. And just a few hit or miss kind of benign showers anywhere from Wardsville and heading now west of Salisbury. We have that, a little bit of spotty rain, and there's that little bit of rain, couple of sprinkles just east of uptown there, East Charlotte, and up into eastern part of Catawba County. However, there is more stormy weather tracking a line back up to the north and west, and as that approaches the mountains, we could see some of that holding together and maybe affecting some of those higher elevations and even down through the Charlotte area. Later on tonight, you can see Futurecast still looks a little bit active, even going into, say, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And we could still have some rumbles out there and maybe some patches of heavy rain before things settle down. Only briefly, though, going into early Saturday morning. Right now, we've got that 94 hot degree reading there with the temperature. Dew points are still muggy in the low 70s. No big change there. We've got a light northwest wind, not much of a cooling breeze again today. 90 in Hickory, and we've got an even 90 showing up there in Monroe. A cooler 80 after the rain in Albemarle. That's what the rain does, cools things down, of course, and lower 80s up in the mountains. Now tomorrow we have a cold front thrown into the mix here, so that is going to give us a little bit of extra oomph or lift in the atmosphere to help develop more scattered showers and storms. And notice behind the cool front, that is that cooler drop in temperatures that we'll have by the end of the weekend. However, ahead of that front tomorrow and with it coming in, we still have the risk. It's low, but not zero, as we say, with that darker shading of green of severe thunderstorms. Damaging wind gusts would be the main threat, and we could still have maybe 1 or 2 of those showers or storms affecting at least the start of the Charlotte FC match against Nashville at 7 p.m. tomorrow, Bank of America Stadium. So I have that chance of rain in the forecast. May want to just have the poncho with you just in case, but I think we'll be looking okay. We may have some storms kind of surrounding the stadium, but just watching out for that. Still unsettled for the match tomorrow with temperatures on the warm and humid side. Not quite as hot, though, as the past few days, dropping into the 70s by later in the match there. So we check out early tomorrow morning, we're dry, but then we start to see some showers already starting to blossom, maybe even around lunchtime going into the afternoon. Here we are 3, 4 o'clock or so, some hit or miss areas of rain. And there we go, 7:45 tomorrow evening. We could be tracking more storms to the east or a little more to the north and west, but then watch for more blossoming storms later on at night. That's possible. And then going into early Sunday. And even though the rain chance kind of fades away a little bit by Sunday afternoon, we'll get some dry time in, clouds will hang on, and then here is that cooler temperature coming in for Sunday. So we go from 90 on Saturday only to 77 on Sunday afternoon. What a change. Now the thing is, okay, we oftentimes talk about a cool down, but this time around we're not talking about a major change in the humidity level. You can see the muggy meter, not too much of a drop there. We're still generally in the humid zone for the next several days and then heading into next week. So we do have those cooler changes ahead. How long will it last? Monday, highs still in the mid 80s, so nothing terribly hot yet, but then we're right back up around 90 going into next week as those daily storm chances return.
Still dreaming of that 77, and it looks like it'll be reality soon enough. Thank you, Tara.